All right, what we're working with today is multiplying and dividing integers. So the issue with integers is that sometimes people will get rules confused. So remember, for adding and subtracting, there was 3 rules. Rule 1 was same sign. You add different signs. You subtract. And the last rule was when you had 2 negatives touching, you would make them a plus. Okay? The issue is sometimes people will mix all these rules together. The only rule that works for this one is this one right here. This is the rule that matters for multiplying and dividing, number 3. Okay, so the way that I teach multiplying and dividing is first I just tell you to find the product. So do the math and then write all the negatives. And then what will happen is when you have more than one negative, you're going to be able to circle them and make them positive. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to write my problem. 2 times 3 is 6. Since I see 2 negatives, I write 2 negatives. And now I can circle them. And so my answer is just positive 6. For this next one, I multiply my numbers. 5 times 3 is 15. Times 2 is 30. I see 1, 2 negatives, so I write them. But now I can circle those, so it becomes positive 30. Same thing here. 1 times 4 is 4. Times 5 is 20. Times 2 is 40. And I see 1, 2, 3 negatives. So I write them. But now I can circle whenever I have 2. So I circle 2. So I have 1 left over, so it's negative 40. You are still going to have fractions. You need to be comfortable with your fractions. Remember that I put a 1 underneath it, and now it's top times top, which is 36. Bottom times bottom, which is 4. I see 2 negatives, so I write them. I circle them, because there's 2 of them, and I make them positive. And now I just need to do this, 36 divided by 4, which is 9. Okay? So I'm going to write some on the side that I would like you to try, and when you think you have it, press play. Okay? So press play when you think you have it. So for this one, 4 times 5 is 20. I have 1 negative, so I write 1 negative. For number 2, 3 times 6 is 18. I have 1 negative, so I write 1 negative. For this one, you can't circle this. You see that? I can't circle it because there's a number in between there, so I can't do that. So I just do 2 times 4, which is 8. I have 2 negatives, so I write them. And this is when I can circle. So my answer is positive 8. Now what's nice is the same rule applies for dividing. So for dividing, you're just going to find your quotient. That's what that word is. Quotient means divide. And then you're going to write your negatives again. So why don't you try these just like we did before. Do the math and then write your negatives. And if you have more than 1 negative, you can circle 2 at a time and make it positive. So press play when you think you're ready. Okay, so did you do 12 divided by 4 or 12 divided by 3 is 4. Since I have 1 negative, it's negative 4. 25 divided by 5 is 5. I have 1, 2 negatives, so I write them. But these I can circle. So my answer is positive 5. 24 divided by 3 is 8. I have 1 negative, so I write the negative. 16 divided by 4 is 4. I have 2 negatives, so I write them. And so it's positive 4. And that's it. You just have to remember to do the math, write the signs, and then circle any double negatives you have, because when you circle them, they're going to become positive.